Hey everybody, this is your Pinoy boy Pinoy Night, Carlo de Los Angeles, and this, by the way, celebrity crush moment. This is Cherami Leigh.
Hello.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I just want to let you know, I brought this for you.
No.
It's not like we're Packers fans.
Can I wear it?
I'm
like, oh my god.
The two signatures that are going on that are yours and Mike Daniels.
No, I'm signing this.
Yeah, please.
Mike Daniels, by the way, just whenever you meet him, the greatest human being ever in the world. I love that man so much. Go Pack Go, always and forever.
I follow you and him on Instagram, and you guys have the best posts. Also, I love your posts when you do the a lot of just those daily hey loyalty or just
thank you.
Can you tell me more about how come you started doing a lot of those?
So the way I was raised was always to be grateful and to be positive. And I started in this business when I was 6 years old. So you're constantly experiencing rejection, and you go to an audition, you're very excited, you hope you get the job, and then you don't. And you have to be, my mom would always say, well, you have to be grateful that you got to meet these people, or that you got to play this character, or that you met your friend, or whatever the case is, and know that everything happens for a reason. So positivity and positive affirmations have always been a big part of my life. So I've always wanted to do something like that, but I didn't know that anybody would want to watch it, and if it would make sense in the anime fan, if the two worlds would cross over.
Oh, yeah.
So when we started working with Bryce and Dave at Unlocked, they said, we want to do a positivity show, would you do that? And I was like, I'd love to do that. So we started Love and Light. Oh, thank you. We started Love and Light in I guess it's it'll be 2 years ago in May. And we started working on the show, and we did a daily affirmation show. And now I've been doing it on my Instagram, and then hopefully we'll be bringing it back to Unlocked when they do their big relaunch with Android. But I'm so pleasantly surprised that everybody has accepted it and been so well receiving of it. And they've been sending me positive vibes back and telling me what they're grateful for. And I've heard some really amazing stories from the fans, and it's been a great way to get to know the fans better, and I feel like I've been able to connect with everybody a little bit more, which has been really fun.
The way since you and which, by the way, I thought Unlocked was really great, especially when people just want to just talk with you guys.
Yeah.
Not many people. I mean, you can still see it in the conventions, but I used to be that one person. No offense, I used to be that one person that would literally treat you like that China doll. That's you need to treat with respect.
Keep them on the shelf. No.
It's dishonor on you, on your couch. That's literally how I felt. So but this past year, I've been Marianne Miller, Bill Rogers, Tatum literally yelled at me I yelled at him on the street, by the way. Sorry, Tatum. I was like, it's J. Michael Tatum, and he's headed to his hotel, and he said, shush. And he patted me on the shoulder, was just I'm trying to get to my hotel.
He's totally fine.
Oh, he's so cool.
He loves it.
We went to his 18+ panel. Talking about how you were growing up, when you said a lot of the positivity vibes, was there anybody you admired from that era? Since you, like you said, you started off at 6, which, by the way, holy crap.
Yeah, it was. It's always been something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be on Barney. So I
love you.
The actress. My mom taught dance and still teaches dance, and one of her students, Pia Manello, who's actually starring on Broadway in The Lion King right now. She was Min on Barney. So she was the one that let me see because I knew her in real life, and then I also saw her on Barney every day, and so that was kind of how I got the idea that wow, I could do this, and so I definitely looked up to her. As far as positivity, I still read a lot of positivity books. Gabby Bernstein is fantastic. Marianne Williamson. Oh gosh, I'm drawing blank. I have an entire cabinet that is just which I guess you could say is self-help books, but all of the positivity, Brene Brown, Elizabeth Gilbert. I love, obviously Oprah's great, but I love Reese Witherspoon and Sandra Bullock and Meryl Streep as far as acting, and then seeing, what Reese Witherspoon is doing with Hello Sunshine and empowering women and telling not just women's stories, but a lot of people, diverse stories that have not been represented. And she's really bringing that to the forefront, putting people in, telling stories of real people that we have not seen. And so I really admire that. And she's just a fantastic actress and loves her family. I'm definitely a very family-centric person. So getting to see that and also see that somebody is excelling in their work life and in their family life is really great to see and hope to emulate.
That's good. Did you admire your mother for that?
Oh, absolutely.
I know you're a very dominant person.
Yes.
Now.
So my grandmother and my mother and I are incredibly close. I call my grandmother and my mother every single day. I talk to my mom probably 5 to 10 times a day. And now I have a great relationship with my dad as well. But they live in the same house. So obviously if I call one of them, I manage to get to talk to both.
Dad, I don't want to call you. Just
exactly.
Mom.
Well, and sometimes when one of them won't answer, I'm like, Dad, where's Mom? I've got to talk to her about something. And then I end up talking to my dad and my mom walks in and I'm like, Mom, Dad and I are talking Packers right now. Can we table this later?
Good. That was a good discussion.
I've been very, very lucky to have such. I feel like I won the family lottery. I have a brother who's incredibly supportive, but also my brother says I got to keep you real and humble, as if I'm gonna get a big head. But this helps. My brother will tell me like, I love this game, but I can't buy it because you're in it. And I don't want my sister's voice infiltrating my escape when I want to play a game, which I kind of understand.
Yeah.
If you want to escape your real life, you don't want your sister like ruining your vibe.
Yeah. Are you the older sister? Or?
I am. I was going to say I'm the big sister, but I'm like 8 inches shorter than him, so he runs the world.
Did you used to? So when you guys were children, did you used to like just kick his butt every now and then? Like
no, he's still one. I just yelled louder than him. And talked more
voice
than
actor.
him. Exactly. He's not surprised that this is my profession. He's the strong silent type, man of few words, but he makes them count. Usually they have like an acidic, dripping, dry humor, and nobody can shut you down better than my brother. He currently works in retail and is finishing up his college degree, but nobody can like shut me down with a one-liner faster than my brother. And it's so good. And it makes me laugh and it hurts.
Oh my gosh. So you guys are kind of like, we're definitely brother and sister.
Yes, absolutely. But I know nobody has my back like my brother does. If he thinks that I'm like going through a tough time, he's like, do I need to fly out to LA? Who do I need to talk to? I'm like, Michael, I just didn't get a job. What are you going to go down to Fox and tell them they need to hire me? And he's like, I'll do it. I'm like, please don't.
Chill, bro.
Please don't.
Chill, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. No, I'm kind of the same with my sister because she ended up getting a boyfriend like back in 2011, and I'm like, who is this person?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, are you treating my sister well? Do I need to find you?
Yes.
My husband deals with that constantly. My brother would call and be like, Cherami's sad. What's wrong? And he's like, she just didn't get a job. He's like, okay, if I find out you had anything to do with it.
Still does?
Like, yeah, absolutely. My husband and I have been married almost 5 years, and my brother
still does.
Yeah, my brother's like, he's never going to be off limits. I still got to protect my sister.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. I was going to ask him, like, but you're married?
Yeah. So now I have all the women in my life are very powerful and great role models in that way, but all the men in my life are very protective of all of the women, which is
so
lovely.
blessed. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I really am.
Which so gosh, like I said, I'm just kind of like I'm still kind of freaking out because you're like sitting right next to me, and this was never possible.
And I'm rocking a cheese head. We should be at a Packer game doing this interview. Can you imagine?
Aaron Rodgers should be. Oh no, Mike Daniels and Aaron Rodgers should be right here because I wanted to just touch Jesus for a second.
I melted down when I met Mike Daniels at Comic-Con. So I was there for a Sailor Moon and Boruto event. Viz brought us out. So I'd never been to Comic-Con before. Mm-hmm. We're sitting down, they're prepping us for the week, and they said, we were hanging out with some NFL players. And I was like, oh, cool. And I'm not a huge fan of the NFL. I'm a huge fan of the Green Bay Packers. And so they said, they were the Green Bay Packers. And suddenly I went from like talking to Amanda and thinking it was cool, but not really, to going, I'm sorry, what? And they said, they're really cool. And I go, are we gonna see them again? Like, you saw them yesterday? What? I was in the hotel. Why didn't you come get me? And they said, well, we might see them later. And Mike Daniels came to the Sailor Moon panel, and we're chanting like, more glitter, more glitter. And then all of a sudden you see these huge NFL players standing in the front screaming, more glitter, and they're huge Sailor Moon fans. And they said, we've got players from the NFL, we've got Green Bay Packers, we've got Mike Daniels. And I went, And I usually try to be so professional, but on this panel, I looked over and I screamed, "Can I hug you?" And just ran to him and tackled the defensive tackle for the Green Bay Packers. And
he could do his job better.
Like, I don't feel bad about it, actually.
Yeah.
And he was so lovely. Met his brother and a couple of his friends, and we got to be friends on Instagram. And then he's like, if you and your husband would ever like to come to a game at Lambeau Field, just let me know. And I was like, stop it. Are you serious? And I
will
said,
take you up on this offer.
My husband would love to go, but who would really love to go is my dad. And he said, well, yeah, bring the family. So my mom, my brother, my dad, and I got to go to a game at Lambeau Field and hang out.
They won, right?
But they didn't, unfortunately, but it didn't matter. The experience was so magical. The team was so great. We got to meet a couple of the players and meet Mike's wife. Mike and his wife are two of the kindest, most wonderful people. And what I love so much about the Green Bay Packers, as a unit, they are a family. And it's not just a job for them. They are there to protect their team. They are there to protect their family. And they know that with the platform they've been given, they want to give back to the community. And they represent the city. And I think because the city owns Green Bay Packers, it's not owned by like one guy. It is the city that they know that they have a responsibility, and they take that very, very seriously.
Still wish they didn't sell Jordy Nelson, though.
I know. But that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's okay. It'll be good.
Yeah, we have Randall Cobb.
Yeah, we do.
Please win tomorrow.
And Aaron Jones. Oh my God.
Yeah, so good.
So good.
I was going to ask you, like, would you appreciate it if, like, would you, like, go to a convention and be on a panel with Mike Daniels?
Oh my God,
what would
that
you
would
talk
be
about?
So cool. I have no idea. I would actually want to talk to him more about his family. He has 4 kids, 3 of which were all born on the exact same day. They have the same birthday.
Triplets?
And I'd love to... No!
Oh.
They are not triplets. They were just born on the same day. It's insane. And I would like to talk to him and his wife, actually, about how they have such a strong marriage and how connected they are with the community and giving back. I mean, everybody knows about football and his great work against campaigning against bullying, but they're just wonderful, genuine people. So I would like to talk to him about staying positive and kind and his upbringing and his family and how he stays so strong, because it's terrible. I mean, we get so much negative, there's a lot of negative criticism online, just with anybody, whether you're in a more public profession or just anybody else having your own account. But sometimes the players, I mean, Heaven, Mike Daniels' wife, was showing me some of the tweets that Mike gets and like the death threats that he gets, and how do these players still stay so strong and so positive and go out and care so much about the fans that are 5 seconds later saying like, we want you to die, and then they're like, no, it's okay, you're the best player ever. So it's so tricky, and so that's what I would like to talk to him about on a panel.
And it really goes well with that whole, like, just staying positive.
Yeah,
there's so
absolutely.
many, like, negative things just in America.
And he will always say, like, you know, no matter what, at the end of the day, I am so, so blessed. And I love that he lives by that mentality. And a lot of the players, too. When I spoke to a couple of them after the game, you know, even after they lost, they were like, we have the greatest job in the world, playing for the best team. We have the best. We as a team are such a family, and we're such a support system. And not every team in the NFL has this close-knit family and this close-knit locker room. So we are so, so lucky.
Can NFL just make the Green Bay Packers America's team now? Should be a little bit better.
I'm going to get so much trouble for being from Dallas and saying that. Dallas is great, too. I have actually performed I danced at the halftime show for the Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving game a couple of times. So Dallas is cool, too. Being from Dallas, being a Cowboys fan, I did a commercial with Troy Aikman. They're fantastic. So, yeah, I've had a lot of, like, interesting sports connections throughout my life.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you said you're never really a sports person, so I
know, isn't that interesting?
Oh yeah, I always had friends that would tell me like, hey, aren't you like an animator? I'm like, yeah. Why do you like football?
Oh, totally. We can have diverse interests. Exactly. I've definitely become more of a basketball fan. I just never really was connected with basketball, but my husband's 6'5", played basketball his whole life. So when it's
Okay.
when it's basketball season, literally when I come home, I know that we have to watch at least 3 games.
Oh yeah.
And I've got to know about everybody.
That's
Jimmy Butler is always on his fantasy team. And thank you, Jimmy, for not making my husband cry. You're a fantastic player.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I guess just to finish up, have you been enjoying Youmacon so far?
Oh, I love it. It's so great to be here in Michigan. I know we talked a lot about Wisconsin. My mom went to school there, and my dad grew up in Lodi. So Wisconsin is a big part of my life. But my grandmother is from Port Huron, and my Aunt Kathy was the curator at the Grand Rapids Art Museum.
Okay.
So I do have family here in Michigan. So it's kind of nice to go
Awesome.
back and feel like I'm a little bit closer to my family that's up here that I don't get to see very often. So I love getting to come to Michigan. The fans have been so kind, so wonderful, so supportive. So it's been a fantastic experience, and I'm happy to be here.
Would you come back?
Oh, duh. Can I come back tomorrow and next week and when it snows?
Can you come back when Green Bay is playing?
No kidding. Yes.
I will be there. I promise I will.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
And then we'll just road trip it to Lambeau.
My final question is,
Yeah.
Even though you had started at an early age, there are so many people who want to do voice acting, right?
Yeah.
And it's a little bit on like a technical side, like typical, like I don't want to be that interviewer, just like what you do if you want to
Sure.
do voice acting. But what would you really tell people, not just regarding voice acting, if they want to follow their dreams? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, if being an actor or being an artist or anything like that creatively is or any competitive field is your dream, it's going to be a tough road.
Right.
And make sure that it's something that you really, really love to do. Really ask yourself, is there anything else in this world that I can do and be as happy as I can being an actor or being a writer or whatever the case is?
Okay.
And if the answer is no, I have to do this, then you have to do it. Even if it's just doing that at community theater or teaching acting classes or teaching a writing workshop or writing a little blog or doing a fan dub or doing a YouTube channel. Whatever the case is, if you love it, it has to be in your life or you will always feel like something is missing. And don't say it's all or nothing. It's not ever going to be either I make it as a movie star and I win an Oscar or I was not successful. No, if you're doing what you love to do in any capacity and living your dreams, even in the smallest way, then you're a success.
No, just thank you so much. Like
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate like this
Thanks
is just
for letting
been
me
a
rock this cheese head for this interview. This is so fun.
I hope it wasn't a cheesy interview for you. That's for sure.
Oh, it was a super cheesy interview and it made my life.
Go Pack Go.
Go
And
Pack Go!
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. Once again, the lovely awesome from Star Online, Cherami Leigh.
Thank you.
So thank you again. I
Absolutely.
really appreciate
Thank you.
that.
Thanks for having me. So fun.
Have a good night, everybody. Hope to see you again.